WWE presents Payback.
What is it with WWE's crazy trend on bringing this pay-per-view back every 3 years? Anyone else notice that pattern? Payback discontinued in 2017, was brought back in 2020, discontinued again, and was once again restored in 2023. I guess we should be expecting the next edition in 2026, the year I turned 30 years old. Also, I get that WWE wanted to give Roman Reigns vacation time after his last 5 vacations this year, but this was honestly a missed opportunity to have Roman actually compete and defend the Universal Championship at the specific event where he won it 3 years ago. WWE made sure to not have an Iron Man match take place in the city after what happened the last time a pay-per-view took place here.
Something you started, but now you can't stop.
The most accurate description of the feud between Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch started and then just kept going and going and going.
Unbeatable as the Women's World Champion.
In the very rare occasions that I actually defended the Women's World Championship.
You're not gonna survive this one, bitch.
What I don't understand is WWE censors Trish Stratus saying bitch here, but never seems to have a problem with the wrestler saying bitch during broadcasts and other promo packages. Either censor this or don't.
John Cena is back.
Well, John Cena's got to do something since he doesn't seem to have a job anywhere else at the current moment. Not gonna lie, I've been a bigger fan of WWE using the smaller stage setups for their pay-per-view events like Backlash and Money in the Bank this year, because it allowed more fans to be present for the show. Now that I think more about it, WWE should use the smaller stages for B-level pay-per-views and bigger custom stages for the big 4 pay-per-views. Would definitely save money compared to building these giant screens 24/7.
14,000.
Nope.
There will be retribution.
So that explains why Meechin suddenly dashed out of the arena, jumped in her car, and sped away from Pittsburgh as fast as possible. Previously thought it was because she saw Shelton Benjamin, but this explains a lot now.
Retaliation.
Over in Chicago, preparing for All Out, Mercedes Martinez suddenly had a cold shiver go down her spine. Also, I get that Michael Cole is trying to hype up Payback by referring to every synonym to the word, but it's not like retribution, revenge, and retaliation have different meanings compared to payback.
Not once did Becky show her gratitude.
Just like I said before, none of this feud makes any sense. Trish Stratus hates Becky Lynch because the latter did not show gratitude to the woman who paved the path she walks on, which is bullshit because if Becky wasn't grateful, she never would have invited Trish to join her at WrestleMania in the War with Damage Control.
Is that you need a sidekick to do your dirty work.
Even though this upcoming steel cage match is perhaps the best women's cage match of all time, Zoe Stark's eventual interference kinda shot down Trish's chance of showing that she actually doesn't need Zoe to hold her own. Trish Stratus usually stands as the silhouette in the white light, but right here she forgot her cue to be in position and was way too late before the graphics changed. Whoopsie. Judging by her facial expression, Tiffany Stratton absolutely feels out of place here. She's the NXT Women's Champion, meanwhile nobody sitting around her has even noticed that she's here. Hell, this lady over here is on her cell phone without a care in the world about this show.
7-time world champion.
World champion? Right now, the only person who's ever been a women's world champion in WWE is Rhea Ripley. None of Trish Stratus's 7 title reigns were world titles. Plus, it doesn't exactly have a world title feel to it when it was literally the only title option at the time. There wasn't any mid-card titles or anything.
And Trish won't have cage experience.
Well, so much for Trish Stratus saying she wanted to end Becky Lynch inside the steel cage, am I right?
Trish Stratus taking over this match thanks to Zoe Stark.
Wait, what? Trish Stratus took control of this match thanks to Zoe Stark? Zoe hasn't even shown up yet, unless she gained John Cena's ability to become invisible. That's right, get a close-up. A close-up that proves Becky Lynch's face is completely protected from the cage thanks to her hand. Forget about trying to make it look brutal, we need close-up shots of reality.
Trish up, shoulders down. And a kick.
But according to some dumb fans in attendance, Becky got a 3 count when the referee's hand obviously never hit the mat on the first occasion. Jaw-ripping.
Lynch now looking for the disarm her.
Becky Lynch has locked in the disarm her so many times for almost 10 years, yet when she has the full lock in, she does everything in her power to make sure Trish's arm remains in a perfectly comfortable position without applying any sort of danger.
Out of the ring, and Stratus maneuver, but this.
After that has happened to Trish Stratus so many times throughout her career, how come she never bridges herself and then quickly slides away before her opponent can either stomp her or hit a leg drop?
At the PPG Paints Arena.
What does the PPG stand for? Poor Penguins game?
The culmination of what has been an incredible rivalry.
Maybe don't say that, Michael Cole. I get that this match ends up being the last encounter between Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus, but knowing WWE, they'll do anything to extend a storyline far beyond its storybook conclusion. Right, Jimmy?
A Hall of Famer and a future Hall.
I would laugh, but I'm still recovering from COVID-19 while creating this video, most likely caused by someone in the arena who also had it and passed it over to me. Anyways, I'm taking a sin off because of the hilarious way Becky and Trish continuously whack each other's head into the cage. Conversations during matches, as we can clearly hear Becky repeat, "Hit me, hit me." The obsessed stans would be happy to do that, only to get curb stomped by her husband. That would be a beautiful sight to see. Trish Stratus has Becky Lynch ready for the Stratusfaction and then does everything in her power to not hit the Stratusfaction. Seriously irritating when wrestlers do that.
Becky Lynch counter twist to fate.
Where the hell is Lita in all this?
Trish with Stratusfaction and Becky checked it.
I won't lie, I actually believe Trish had the match won with the Stratusfaction after nearly 20 minutes of a very good match, and the crowd was also electric. Here's another sin off.
Leg for the victory in the cage. Becky.
The part that's so irritating about this is the referee stops his count before Becky could actually kick out, so Trish Stratus actually won this match and got screwed over.
That's vintage Strat. Trish up near the top.
What? Becky Lynch got hit by a Stratusfaction a few minutes ago and then by another one off the freaking top rope, and she recovered from both of those finishers in less than a minute? I'm sorry, but that is not believable whatsoever.
This is Trish's trap, Corey.
Alright, that part actually scared the crap out of me when I saw that, because I actually believed Trish was about to fall back and land on her head outside the ring. It would win her the match, but I was legitimately concerned for her well-being. So well played on the trap the leg in the cage and hang upside down trick. It worked on me. I'll take 2 sins off this time.
From up there, Superplex.
I fucking love this match, don't you?
Wait a minute, Zoe Stark.
Well, this match was awesome. And then Zoe Stark interfered and ruined everything. I'm sorry, but Trish was doing such a tremendous job on her own, and this interference feels just as flat as a bloodline interference.
Zoe from getting involved. Yeah.
Becky Lynch has had enough of Zoe Stark's bullshit interference and channeled her inner Undertaker by slamming the door shut. One thing I will do is take another 5 sins off because, despite the interference, this was the best women's cage match of all time and could even be one of the best women's matches in history. Let's be thankful this match was cancelled off the SummerSlam card because it wouldn't be as good as this if it was on the Overflowed card. Dang, looks like everybody wants to be the Undertaker for one night, but in all seriousness, props to Zoe Stark on having enough of Trish Stratus and going on her own way. Oh boy, looks like it's time for Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship based on this major promo we're showing. Except this is just a Peacock commercial playing between matches. But can I just say that I love WWE for allowing Shinsuke Nakamura to cut promos in his own native language compared to his struggles to speak English? After all, a wise man did once say, "Sorry, no speak English." Is it weird that I actually feel sorry for this one kid who worked on a sign to get featured on TV, and when she does get featured on TV, the sign is upside down? Don't worry, I too agree that Uwan ba la baj at si IWVW with a skateboard at the end. Or is that supposed to be Santino Morello in his unibrow days? John Cena is the host of Payback, which means he can do anything for any of the matches tonight. Yet the one thing he chooses to do is be a guest referee for a random match that never needed him in the first place.
But I've never been a host.
Which means you'll see me now, but after this is done, you will completely forget that I was the host of this event.
Is to make tonight special.
So watch me as I don't make this night special whatsoever, aside from being a random referee that does nothing for the feud I'm participating in. This guy probably thinks that going to watch the Barbie movie is embarrassing for anyone who doesn't play with Barbie dolls. I can neither confirm nor deny that I played with Barbie dolls, but I did go see the movie on opening night. Wasn't that good to me, but it made a lot of money, so it's a massive win. Your sign, on the other hand, is a sin.
Pandering to this audience?
The Miz seriously didn't expect John Cena to pander to the audience, something he has done for literally his entire career in WWE. Miz has been one of John's most constant rivals. How the hell did he not expect John to pander to the fans?
When they called for you to be a merman in a Barbie movie, you say no.
Why, just because that one single movie made more money than all of your Marine movies combined?
You still dress like a Teletubby.
Since when the fuck was there a turquoise Teletubby in that franchise?
Brings it up all the time. Cena cost him his only shot at a championship.
That's odd, because I've never heard Wade Barrett talk about John Cena costing him the WWE Championship from 13 years ago. Holy shit, that was 13 years ago? Stop reminding me that I'm old. The Miz spends the first minute of this match throwing a temper tantrum outside the ring while LA Knight, John Cena, and myself sit around in boredom. I think this is when I ordered another rum in the Captain Morgan Club. John Cena only starts counting when the Miz chooses to walk away from the ringside area. Did he extend the barrier where countouts are supposed to begin so that wrestlers can only be counted out if they're not at ringside?
Will to succeed. Oh, like your Pirates every year.
Sorry, Michael, but I already activated the sin where I roasted the city sports team. Gotta keep up with me, bro.
Abel.
Yeah, my hands. Ow, my hands. Damn it, that phrase is just too catchy to not say at all.
And again, separating.
Guest referee aggressively pulls wrestler away from the corner, causing a confrontation and distraction cliche. Just what was missing in this match.
Great move.
Somewhere in AEW, Chris Jericho just became furious because The Miz delivered a more devastating version of the Codebreaker. Right, yeah. The Miz has LA Knight where he wants him, but then chooses to walk around and let LA recover. He really deserves to lose the match at this point.
By the M-I-Z.
I'm sorry, but Corey Graves is trying way too hard to kiss the Miz's ass. Even Michael Cole, annoying as he was, did it properly. We openly hated him for the annoyance. Here we're just telling Corey, good try, but no. I'm not saying I'm entirely against finishers being kicked out of, but does it seriously have to happen in every freaking match? Make that the rarest thing of all fucking time, like Roman Reigns winning without interference. I don't know how much longer I can handle The Miz taunting John Cena after doing that a lot since 2009. WWE's logic in the United States Championship picture was messed up. They had Santos Escobar defeat Rey Mysterio by forfeit to become #1 contender to Austin Theory's title, only for Rey to take Santos' place and win the championship. I'm sure this is leading to Santos probably losing his cool and turning on Rey, but the circumstance was still stupid. Austin Theory's non-pyro.
United States.
Why is Austin Theory arguing with Little Jimmy in the corner? R-Truth, you seriously left Little Jimmy in Pittsburgh? Just like WrestleMania, Rey Mysterio was competing in yet another Cinnamon Toast Crunch match. I'm assuming he signed a multi-match deal with the cereal brand and must compete in another one. What's next? A literal Cinnamon Toast Crunch match taking place in a giant bowl of cereal and milk? Wait, that sounds like something Mr. Beast would do.
It is simple in theory.
Was that supposed to be a pun? If so, very poor attempt. And do we have to have the Cinnamon Toast Crunch graphics all over the place too?
Theory.
Yikes. Austin Theory literally leaped into the air and planted his feet right into Rey Mysterio's chest. And Michael Cole gives a tiny ooh as if it were merely a slap on the wrist. That actually looked brutal. What happened to the proper reactions?
Change in momentum.
Oh, look at this.
Wow, mixing a sleeper hold with a Cesaro swing and a cutter? That's actually quite the combination if you think about it. Here's to hoping that ain't the only time Austin Theory utilizes it against his opponents in the future. This match is definitely not taking place in front of 14,000 fans, but is absolutely taking place in front of literally 107 Cinnamon Toast Crunch logos. 53 on the left side, 53 on the other side, and one big giant Cinnamon Toast Crunch logo on the stage. Oh, fuck you already. Make that 108. Rey Mysterio competes in a match where his opponent tries to rip the mask off his face cliche. You'd think by now Rey would have added extra locking mechanisms or put on a spare mask just in case this constantly happens.
Rey with a 619. This is the way Rey won the United States.
Austin Theory took the full force of the 619, yet was somehow able to recover from that in less than 4 seconds. That is bullshit if you ask me.
I appreciate you crawling out of your Mattel box.
Ha, get it? Because Tiffany Stratton is wearing pink and the Barbie movie is still dominating? Good try, Becky. You know, I'd be more excited to see this tag team championship match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in the Judgment Day had we not already seen multiple combinations of this match for the last couple months. That's what happens when you use the same matches too much. Just wondering, how do these two not have some sort of mix-up theme song by now? And why doesn't Kevin Owens ever get a turn with using his theme song to lead the duo to the ring? Be nice to switch things up every now and then, since they both have equally badass themes. And now we got the Judgment Day's non-pyro. This is becoming quite the irritation since almost no one has regular pyro anymore. The Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championships have been defended as undisputed belts for over a year and a half. How does WWE not have a new set of tag titles by now? And if you're not going to have a single set of tag titles, then do the right thing and resplit them. I do give props to Sami Zayn on immediately bringing out the weapons when the street fight began, unlike that unfortunate not-so-hardcore match that was supposed to be a tribute to the late Terry Funk. To me, this is the real tribute to Terry Funk match. However, I'm putting this in back because Sammy's first thought is to bring out some chairs and immediately send them into the ring where a not-so-injured Finn Balor could easily use them to his advantage 30 seconds into the match.
Those things are sacred. That is the terror.
Finn Balor just roleplayed the entire football season of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They start off strong, but eventually get stomped out of the chances of winning the Super Bowl. Jesus, I've been owning Pittsburgh sports teams all video long. It's just way too easy.
We're going to take out the trash. The Pirates haven't won this month, have they? Well, we're only 2 days in.
Even Michael Cole cannot resist joining me in owning the sports teams of Pittsburgh. Do they seriously suck this bad to have been mentioned like 4 times in one Sins video? That's gotta set a record. Congratulations, Pittsburgh.
Not quite sure how many chairs Damian Priest actually needs.
I'm too sick with COVID to fight back with Michael Cole on reciting exactly what I was about to say, almost word for word. So I'll just praise you for being good at my job to save my energy.
Just letting their fists fly.
Corey, none of Kevin Owens' fists are flying on Damian Priest right here. That would be his foot. Careful, Finn. Don't start complaining that your back hurts. Not with Shinsuke Nakamura lurking about since he's been obsessed with injured backs lately. 2 questions. First one, did the crew at the PPG Paints Arena think it'd be a great idea to put Penguins merchandise at that one convenient hiding spot just on the very case that somebody was going to get thrown into it and wear them? Second question, how did Kevin Owens get bloodied up? The last time we saw him before he got thrown over the barricade, his head was perfectly fine, but all of a sudden it looks like Jon Moxley on an average Wednesday. Or did putting on the Penguins jersey cause him to bleed?
Dressed as the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Making fun of Pittsburgh sports teams is hilarious enough, but at least I know who's what. The Steelers are football, you moron. 5 cents for that unfortunate error. Alright, that was cool. I fucking love hockey, and when the gloves are dropped, shit's about to go down.
And Priest.
Damian Priest must hate musical chairs. Kevin Owens got hit so hard it triggered his desire to run at the camera and smear himself all over it. Hate it when that urge gets to you at random moments in life, I'm told. You gotta love moments like this. Shades of the legendary Jeff Hardy with a swanton bomb off the stands through a table. Ah, those were the days. Taking out 5 cents for that. I get that JD McDonough is trying to join up with the Judgment Day, but to me, this was the perfect ending, and it got ruined by cheap interference yet again. Judgment Day matches really are turning into bloodline matches. Isn't that already annoying enough? If this doesn't culminate with Rhea Ripley having actual matches with the male superstars, this is just a complete waste of time. I'm just saying, don't have Rhea attack male wrestlers unless she's getting it in return. That qualifies as equal rights. Victory due to outside interference is always a sin. This match was awesome, but then it got ruined. The ending wasn't even that good because Finn Balor got his ass handed to him with a haluva kick, but it ends because Dominic Mysterio wags Sami Zayn in the head with Damian Priest's Money in the Bank briefcase. In addition to the 1 sin for outside interference, here's 10 more. Here's totally what this pay-per-view needed over 2 hours into the show with 2 matches left. A talk show segment that could have been easily saved for Friday Night SmackDown. But I'm just assuming this is WWE finding any excuse to put Cody Rhodes on their pay-per-views, even if it doesn't make any sense.
Tonight is the beginning of something huge for you.
Grayson Waller hints at something that sounds far more entertaining than what actually happens with Cody Rhodes, because even after this night, we still don't know what's going on.
Do you watch SmackDown?
I'd rather be watching Payback right now, but I actually do feel like I'm watching SmackDown. This segment is still going on. Jey Uso is the big reason why the Grayson Waller effect with Cody Rhodes took place for 15 minutes on this pay-per-view event, and as much as I admit I didn't see it coming, you still seriously couldn't just save this for, let's say, this upcoming Monday Night Raw, or last night on SmackDown. What did this accomplish for Payback, or for Grayson Waller, or for Cody Rhodes for that matter?
You've been gone like 2 weeks, lad.
This segment is still going on! The sin goes for Jey Uso actually waiting 3 damn minutes before deciding to superkick Grayson Waller without saying a single word, instead of just doing it immediately.
Now Rodriguez has retribution.
I find it hilarious that Michael Cole is using any synonym to the word payback without just flat out saying Raquel Rodriguez is looking for payback, the name of this event. And of course we got Rhea Ripley's non-pyro, and here I thought Ryback was overdoing it back in the day. This is far worse.
Rhea Ripley, who has dominated the women's division.
Occasionally, when for the majority of her time, she's actually been dominating the men's division, leading us to once again question why she's not actually competing against them.
To take a shortcut.
Raquel Rodriguez must have been watching The Last Jedi before showing up at the arena for her match tonight. Also, 2 entire minutes of staring, sizing each other up, and testing out durability for oncoming shoulder tackles. I wish I was kidding. I'm sorry, but can Raquel Rodriguez do something other than dare Rhea Ripley to hit her again? Like, take advantage of the fact that she's stronger than Rhea is? Use it to win the Women's World Championship? This match is close to 20 minutes long, and it's unfortunately full of either Raquel Rodriguez daring Rhea Ripley to hit her again, or Rhea Ripley sitting around for long periods of time when Raquel was down. This is not how you perform a good match.
Is Rhea playing with her food?
Unfortunately, Corey Graves nailed it with the phrase playing with her food, because that's exactly what this entire match is.
For the Judgment Day, can
Rhea had Raquel in a dangerous position and could have jumped off the top rope at any moment, but chose to once again pose around, which ends up causing Raquel to counter. We're over 10 minutes into the match and I'm bored as hell.
Powering the champion up!
Aw man, just as this match was getting good, nah, I'm just kidding, it was not even close to getting good, and then the botch just made it worse. Raquel Rodriguez easily falls for the outside interference, pretends to be scared just to distract the competitor trick, the literal oldest heel trick in the book. This match sucked, the ending sucked, and Raquel's common sense went away for the night. I'm throwing in another 20 sins. This is just ridiculous for all the wrong reasons. John Cena is hilarious, but this weird-ass costume is just weird. And I'm about ready to leave, so let's get to the main event, please.
2 fractures in my lumbar spine.
I've got mixed feelings regarding this main event match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. However, this buildup was intense due to Seth Rollins' back injury and Shinsuke Nakamura's knowledge of how to exploit it. The tagline for this feud between Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura are 3 simple words: watch your back. Yet here, Seth Rollins does everything except watch his back. And because Shinsuke hasn't made his entrance yet, you never know if he's sneaking around ready to attack from behind at any moment. Oh no, the non-Pyro just shot Shinsuke Nakamura dead. Looks like Seth Rollins isn't the one who should have watched his back tonight. The irony.
For the first time, he main events a premium live event.
And that's the sin.
Seth and The Fiend with a tremendous rivalry.
Rest in peace to the late Bray Wyatt, but with all the respect in the world, The Fiend's feud with Seth Rollins was anything but tremendous, especially inside Hell in a Cell.
It only takes one clever pin.
I gotta admit, seeing Shinsuke Nakamura smile in confidence while he rubbed Seth Rollins' back was weird, but also intense due to the threats that he gave in the weeks leading up to this. Like, holy crap, Seth is screwed if Shinsuke targets the back.
Of Roman Reigns now over 3 years.
Indeed, Roman Reigns has reached 3 years as the Universal Champion. However, since he's not here tonight, and there are no traces of the active Bloodline members, not even Paul Heyman, it's pointless to bring him up.
Nakamura, though, with a backdrop and again.
Let me ask this then. If Seth has been dealing with a back injury for 4 years, why is it only now that every bump he's taken causes him to flop all over the place in pain? He didn't even do that at SummerSlam last month. I guess the power of Shinsuke's words were what caused it to become active.
Nakamura has a knowledge of the human anatomy.
So how come Shinsuke hasn't been using all that knowledge to his advantage over the years if he knows how to exploit and break the body? He could have been a deadly champion already by now.
From the challenger. And now a knee to the back of the neck.
Actually, the knee missed Seth completely. What actually happened was Shinsuke's foot connected into Seth's hip. But since this feud isn't about watching your hip, we're elected to ignore it.
Notice, there's a cover, executed.
Either some drunk fan managed to swipe the hammer and ring the bell, or the timekeeper accidentally dropped the hammer onto the bell. Either way, this match has prematurely ended as a draw. Good night, everybody.
I don't know how smart this is. Bad back and everything.
I mean, this has worked endlessly for Seth Rollins over the last 4 years with said back injury without any damage. Why would tonight be any different? Apparently, you can recover from any type of injury on your body as long as you slap yourself in the face.
Clothesline.
Maybe that move didn't help Seth Rollins win the match because his name is not Kazuchika Okada.
I know my back is messed up.
What are you doing? You've been targeted in the back by this asshole for weeks and you're choosing to taunt him at the worst time possible? Seth is literally asking to have his back broken beyond repair at this point.
Nakamura's gonna win the title.
Why would you say this? The switch after switch after switch right into the pedigree was a beautiful combination of moves. I feel the main event itself dragged on too long, but that was a great sequence for sure.